Yo, what is up, crew? And welcome back to another vlog. I'm gonna set this so it's hands-free. What a day, what a day. I was just reflecting after going on a nice long walk with both of the dogs at the local beach. And I was just reflecting, after I had such a long day today. It was just back to back to back to back. However, I will say, last night was the first optimal, I'll ping it right here, sleep that I have gotten in probably over a year. And it's wild to be saying that, because there was a time where optimal sleep and things of that nature were just a regular occurrence. And I'm just seeing Chuki right there. And I'm grateful that I got great rest, especially after, having a weekend of disconnecting and then having a weekend of just disconnecting in a different way, and just a really spontaneous weekend after a week of just deep pain and grieving. But all of that to say, it's been a slew of different emotions over the last week or so, and it's been quite some time since I've uploaded these. And to be quite honest, it's not that I haven't filmed them, I just have not had the energy to sit down and actually upload them and edit them. But today, I got good sleep, and I'll be honest, it was a good thing that I did, because I had such a long and productive day of servitude. And I was just reflecting as I was on the walk on the beach with the dogs about how it's such a paradoxical feeling to go to a place that has familiarity to you with someone else. And that is currently, in this moment, the emotion that I am moving through. Going somewhere that used to hold really prominence and significance. Hell, even waking up in a home that was meant to be your home. Like a lot of the guys that I work with experience. It is such a paradoxical feeling. Going to places that used to be big places between you and someone special, a home, a vacation, a place, a thing, even music and songs. I think we can all relate. There's certain songs that remind us of someone, and sometimes we don't ever want to hear those songs again. Other times later on in life, we're able to move through and listen to those songs or go to those places again. And I have been leaning into that feeling, and man, I'm just taking a moment to reflect, because it has been a year, and it's only March 11th, and it's just such a wild experience, this life that I've lived up until now. I was speaking with a friend earlier, and she shared with me how it feels and seems like you have lived so many lives. And it has, and I feel that so much. And I don't know if that's a me thing. I don't know if that's just what I'm here on this earth for, because I firmly believe everything we go through is meant to teach us something and leave us with some type of lesson. At least that's the way I see it in these days, and that's not just my optimistic side of my life or optimistic side of my brain. But sometimes it's really tough to find the lesson, right? And maybe sometimes we're too ignorant to recognize it. Other times they say ignorance is bliss. It's not. But during this phase of my life, with all of the changes and the constant pursuit of just being a better man, I think many men sacrifice being a good man in order to try to become a great man. when in actuality, you were always good enough. I was speaking with someone about that this morning, and they shared that anecdote with me. It gave me a lot to think about how many times I may have sacrificed trying to be great, or sacrificed being good in order to try to be great, or like a desire to be great. And it's like the man's conquestrian part of us that constantly wants to acquire, achieve, and do better, and get more, and attain, and accomplish. When in actuality, some of the sweetest things and most treasurable things in life aren't meant to be acquired in that way and attained. And I believe with that, many men sacrifice being a good man in order to attempt to be great. And it gave me a lot to stew on and think about. I guess I'm still processing it and really just accepting the things that have happened in my life recently that I cannot control, that bigger entities than I are playing a hand in. And it leads me to remember that it's in our midst of fear and uncertainty that God reveals the need, or life reveals the need for hands larger than our own. And that's really what I've been putting this entire experience onto, whether it's the experience with my kids, the experience like with my family, the experience in life, the experience in relationships. Like, not to say anything is bad or good, it's just the situation and the now that I'm existing in. And it's really interesting because in my life, like, many areas are consistently thriving. But that's the thing. You cannot appreciate thriving unless you know what it's like to barely be surviving. It's almost like you can't appreciate what it's like to be wealthy unless you have truly, truly been broke and broken and completely dead and done. And